How are you? My name is Linton Magume. I'm cooking a soft touch for Global Kitchen, and I've got an inspiring recipe for you guys to try out today. Onion bhajis, including potatoes as well. I hope you guys gonna like it, and these are the ingredients we need for it. We need, I think, 2 onions, chopped up, finely chopped up into slices. We got potatoes, half a potato as well, chopped up into slices, same size as the onions as well. I got coriander, that's more like a handful of coriander chopped. I've got red chilies, green chilies for you guys as well, chopped to give it a bit of some spice. I got a bit of some ginger as well, chopped up. I think it's more like a thumbful of ginger which I used, and I chopped up finely for you guys. And I got the chickpea flour that's going to bind everything. Over it comes a pack like this. It's ground flour. Then spice-wise, I'll start by showing you the red chilies crushed. I got garam masala. I got coriander. And I got more ground curry as well. Then I'm using garlic puree, just give it another base of taste as well. Yeah, I've got turmeric for color and flavor as well. Then I've got a bowl of chopped spinach which I've chopped up, nice and small for you guys, so it's more like bite sizes. Then obviously we need a mixing bowl to mix everything. Right, and as well, like I've got a pan which I've preheated with oil, which you're going to need to fry the bhajis. Right guys, let's get started with it. Right, first I've got some potatoes as well, which I've showed you finely chopped. I'll add in the onions, the 2 onions that chopped up into the bowl. Just give it a bit of a smoosh, mix the two together. Green chilies will go straight in again. I'm just going to use just a little bit this time. Then I'll put a bit of coriander as well. That's more like a half a handful. Give that a mix as well, everything's mixed up good. Next thing, I'll put on the teaspoon of ginger as well. And I'm just going to finish by putting all the baby spinach as well to every part of it. Same thing again, just give it a bit of a mix. Then I'll move on to some of the dry ingredients. Right, now we're going to start adding in the dry goods. I'll start by the cup of chickpea flour into the bhajis. You can use less or as more as you want. Then I'll go to the dry ingredients. Chili flakes. I'll use maybe half a teaspoon. I want it a little bit spicy, but not too spicy. Half a teaspoon will be just about enough. Grind cumin, I'll use again half a teaspoon. Just give the food a bit of a zingy taste. Then, just that already. I'll use a bit of the garlic thing, grind it as well. I'm going to use only half a teaspoon because I'm going to add some fresh garlic paste inside it as well. So that's a garlic paste, which I want to use a whole teaspoon of it. Last but not least, I'm going to add on the turmeric for color and flavor as well. So I might put maybe 1.5, depending on the color that comes out. I'll start with 1 for now. Give all this a bit of a mix. So obviously you might put a little bit less or a bit more, but depending on how it looks like. So it looks like more like this, that's what I want it to be. Then when it's all nicely mixed up, this way you add the water to just bind everything up. So it's more like half a teaspoon of salt. I think that will do for me. Then I'm going to bring everything together. Sometimes you might need to add more water. So I'll start with a wooden spoon. Then I'll have to go down to using my hands as well, depending on how the mixture is. So once I've mixed a little bit now, I'm going to like use my hands to crush all the flavors and all the stuff inside it. It's more like a squeeze. This is what you're looking for, it to squeeze in. So obviously try and put all the flavor inside it as well. Give another swirl around. But I'm trying to like just get like just build a ball by itself so it holds by itself like this. That's what I'm after. I kind of consist of holding it. And it's one thing, it's just easy to make, it tastes good, and it just brings like memories. The lady called Nishat, who gave me this recipe a couple of days ago, so I'm doing this recipe for her on her behalf. It's what friends do for. Like now I've mixed it up and it's consistency I want it to be. So I'm going to put it in the fridge so it chews up and firms up. So I'll rather put it for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on which kind of fridge you got. Then we'll come and fry it and try it out. Right, we'll just put the onion bhaji mixture in the fridge. Once it's cooling down for 20 minutes, we're going to make ourselves a spicy, sweet sauce to just use as a dipping sauce. So the things you need is more like half an onion, bit of the leftover coriander, bit of the leftover chilies as well. You don't want anything go to waste. A touch of, I think about like a teaspoon of ginger as well. So we're going to use the crushed chili flakes for a bit of some punch, and I mean, it needs to be like a bit spicy, but it needs to be sweet as well. Then I'm using 2 tomatoes for my dip. I'm using a tablespoon of sugar to make it sweet and spicy. And I'm just going to cool it down and make it even come by saying a taste of lemon as well. And as well, you're going to need a pot with a bit of some oil. Right, let's get started. So we'll start by chopping the onions. Cut as thin as you can make it. Then you cut it as well. Then make it nice and fine. Cut it as well, make little quarters. It's a very quick and easy recipe to make. Then you chop it a bit smaller as you can. So I'm going to start, after I chop my onions, I'll heat up some oil in the pan and we'll start frying. We're going to have like multitask today. Once that's heating up the oil itself, I can push this to the side and I can start chopping the tomatoes as well. Same thing, as small as you can make them. If I was here at home, use a sharp knife, not my blunt knife I'm using at the moment. You can also use like tinned tomatoes if you want as well, it doesn't matter. As long as it's a tomato, it does work. That's one done. I'm going to use the next one as well, just make it a bit more. Last half. Wait for that to heat up. Right. Just keep on stirring it. And I'll hold for a bit. Then we're going to keep on turning them around. At this time, I would love to put a teaspoon of my dry ingredients, chili flakes, in there. Give that a bit of a stir. Then I'm going to add the chopped tomatoes in there as well. It should take less than 10 minutes from start to finish to cook the sauce. Okay, saving is just mixing itself in. And a bit chili as well. Bit of the ginger. Let that cook for a little bit more. I think for another 5 or so minutes it cooks down. Once that's cooking down, we'll put a lid on it so it simmers and reduce the heat. At the same time that's cooking, we can start squeezing our lemon. I'm going to use half a lemon. Just squeeze it in. That's it. All right, that's been simmering for the last 5-10 minutes. There's a time when I try to put the tomato puree to give it the color and the base it needs. So you can see it's getting there. Then when you finish, we're going to blend it, but it needs another 5 or 10 more minutes to cook. I'm going to add in lots of the coriander. And I'm going to put a splash of lemon. Just a little splash, lemon. Give it another stir. You see, like now it's getting thicker and thicker. That's what we were after. But I'm going to put another big, I think half a glass of water to thin it down. And a teaspoon of salt. Sorry, quarter teaspoon of salt, not a whole teaspoon. Yeah, it's getting where it needs to be. And we're going to add in the water. You can see it's gone nice and thick and dark. Then we're going to thin it down to a teaspoon of water. We'll let it simmer for another 5 minutes and we'll come and taste it. It's been simmering for the last 5 or so minutes. Remember, I said it's going to be a spicy and it's going to be a sweet and spicy sauce. So I've put the spice in. Now I'm going to put the sweetness inside it now. I'd rather put a teaspoon of sugar, depending on your taste, up 1, 2, or 3 teaspoons. Now just put 1. Give it a stir. And this is how it looks like. And our sauce is ready. Alright guys, I've just taken them out of the fridge, the onion bhajis, and my oil is getting nice and hot. Get myself ready to drop them. I'll just do small little ones. So oil is already starts bubbling. So little ones. You can make them as big as you want, but myself I'm going for small ones. I'm going to maybe 5. And we'll just let them fry for a bit. They've been cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes now. We're just going to give them a bit of a stir, just flip them over. Right, that's all right. We're trying to get them golden brown, but on them cooked a little bit more. We'll let it go for a few more minutes. Right, they've been seasoning for the last 4 minutes. It's time I take them out of the frying pan onto a dry place so they can soak all the oil out and you're ready to plate. All right, these are Bhajis done. I'm just going to put them in a bowl and present them. We use a kitchen towel to just get all the excess fat off them because we're deep frying them. So it's better to just use kitchen towel or paper towel in your house. Well, might as well make it look pretty. A bit more. More coriander in the sauce. Guys, this is the finished dish, our onion bhajis and our spicy tomato sauce. I hope you guys are going to try this out and please let me know. I want to just give a big thanks to Soft Touch and Global Kitchen, OS1 company, for helping us do this recipe. And I do want to thank the Jenny Festival as well for their help in making this video for us. Guys, try this out and enjoy.